The world of K-pop has always been a shimmering constellation of talent, mystery, and carefully guarded secrets. Every now and then, however, a story breaks through the meticulously constructed facade and sends shockwaves through the entire industry, and beyond. That was precisely what happened this week when BTS's golden magnate, Jungkook, and Aespa's dazzling vocalist, Winter, confirmed what many had only whispered about in fan forums and speculative tabloids. They were officially in a romantic relationship. The revelation came on a crisp Friday evening when both HYBE and SM Entertainment, two of the largest entertainment powerhouses in South Korea, issued a joint statement to the press. After much consideration and respect for both artists and their fans, we confirm that Jungkook and Winter have been seeing each other with sincere feelings. The statement read, "We kindly ask everyone to support them warmly as they navigate their personal lives and careers." To say the reaction was explosive would be an understatement. Within minutes of the announcement, the hashtag #Jungkook and Winter shot to the #1 trending spot worldwide on Twitter, with over 5 million tweets flooding in during the first hour alone. Instagram was abuzz with screenshots of the statement, fan art portraying the two idols together, and even videos compiling evidence of their secret romance from months, even years, before. The road to this moment had been paved with subtle clues, but few dared to believe they would actually confirm it. Fans recalled photos taken at Incheon Airport where both Jungkook and Winter were spotted wearing matching black caps and oversized hoodies. In one particular fan-taken clip, a figure believed to be Jungkook was seen discreetly holding open a car door for someone with long, platinum blonde hair before quickly retreating inside. Rumors flared up again last month when netizens noticed that Jungkook and Winter had both posted stories from what looked like the same cafe in Seoul. Both images featured identical wood-paneled walls and the same distinctive ceramic mugs, though their captions gave nothing away. His was a simple smiley face, hers a vague good vibes. Fans pieced the puzzle together with the precision of a detective team. When asked how long they had been dating, an unnamed source within SM Entertainment was quoted in Dispatch as saying, "They started spending time together early last year and found comfort in each other's presence." Both of them have extremely busy lives, and perhaps that's what drew them closer. They understand each other in ways that only people living this life can. For many fans, the news was a bitter pill to swallow, but also a strangely sweet one. A significant portion of the fandom expressed heartbreak, saying that their ultimate bias was now off the market, but even more rallied behind the young couple with touching messages of support. One user wrote, "If Jungkook is happy, then we are happy. We've always said we wanted him to find love, and now he has." It's impossible to ignore the significance of this revelation in the context of K-pop's notoriously rigid dating culture. Historically, idols have faced immense scrutiny for even the faintest hint of romance, often forced to issue apologies and even suspend activities to appease upset fans and sponsors. But times appear to be changing. In the last decade, opinion has slowly begun to shift, with more fans acknowledging that their favorite stars are, at the end of the day, human beings entitled to love and companionship. Jungkook, known as the golden boy of BTS, has often been described as fiercely dedicated to his career, rarely speaking about his private life. At just 27, he has already achieved what many artists can only dream of: sold-out world tours, countless awards, a solo career topping global charts, and millions of devoted fans across the globe. Yet despite all this success, he has hinted in interviews about a quiet loneliness beneath the surface. "Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to just walk down the street holding someone's hand," admitted during an interview on a Korean variety show. Winter, on the other hand, been celebrated as the icy yet warm-hearted powerhouse of Aespa, charming fans with her ethereal beauty and unique voice. Since debuting, she has balanced the intense pressure of the industry with an admirable grace, carving out her own identity in the fiercely competitive world of girl groups. Her enigmatic persona has only added to her appeal, making her one of the most beloved figures of the fourth generation of K-pop. As news of their relationship spread, Fan clubs from around the world flooded social media with tributes to the couple. Some posted elaborate digital collages of the two, while others organized donation drives to celebrate the moment. Even celebrities chimed in, with one popular variety show host commenting cheekily, "Well, they'd better bring us wedding invitations soon." Response from Korean and international media was just as frenzied. Headlines blared variations of K-pop's royal couple revealed and Jungkook and Winter confirm romance. Fans rejoice and worry. Talk shows debated the potential implications of the relationship, with some pundits predicting it would spark a wave of similar announcements from other idol pairs. For their part, Jungkook and Winter seem calm and composed in the face of the media storm. The day after the announcement, Jungkook was spotted at Gimpo Airport, flashing a shy smile and a subtle thumbs up to waiting fans and reporters. Winter was seen the same day entering the SM building wearing a chic trench coat and sunglasses, quietly nodding to photographers without offering any comment. But just when the world began to settle into the idea of K-pop's new power couple, a second, even more unexpected, revelation emerged. Late that night, both agencies released yet another joint statement that sent shockwaves through the fandom once more. Jungkook and Winter plan to arrange a meeting between their families. This announcement, dropped casually in the final line of the statement, read, "We ask the public to continue respecting their privacy as they take the next step in their relationship and prepare to introduce their families to each other soon." It was this twist that left fans and media in a frenzy of speculation. In Korean culture, the act of introducing one's partner to one's family is no trivial matter. It signifies a level of seriousness, an intent toward marriage, that is rarely seen, let alone publicized, by idols. The question on everyone's mind now was, could this mean Jungkook and Winter were thinking about tying the knot? Even among those who supported the couple, the development was met with astonishment. One fan tweeted, "Wait, families already? They just went public." Another wrote, "This is huge. Meeting the family is a big deal here. Are they already planning a future together?" Within hours, hashtags like #Jungkook Winter Family Meeting and #Pop Couple Goals were trending globally. Memes popped up showing confused fans alongside gifs of people fainting from shock. The phrase "meeting the family" became a catchphrase overnight, appearing on everything from t-shirts to phone wallpapers crafted by enterprising fans. Some netizens speculated that this move might be a strategy to show sincerity to their fans and families alike, a way of declaring their intentions in a manner that leaves no room for doubt or dismissal as a fleeting romance. Others wondered if this was a way to shield themselves from inevitable rumors and gossip by being forthright from the beginning. One thing was clear. This was no ordinary celebrity couple. In a culture where simply being spotted at the same restaurant could fuel weeks of speculation, Jungkook and Winter had boldly torn down the wall between their private and public lives. Their respective families also became the subject of intense curiosity. Fans began digging up old interviews and statements that might hint at how Jungkook's close-knit family, his parents and older brother, would react. Many recalled his mother's famous words during an old broadcast, "All I want is for Jungkook to be happy and find someone who loves him for who he is, not what he does." Similarly, little is publicly known about Winter's family, but she has occasionally mentioned her parents during fan signings, describing them as supportive yet private people. One interaction with a fan, she joked, "My dad still doesn't really understand what I do for a living. He just asks if I've eaten and if I'm sleeping enough." For the two artists to take such a step spoke volumes about the trust and affection they shared, and their willingness to face the inevitable challenges together. As the news cycle continued to turn, entertainment pundits weighed in on the potential impact of this relationship on their careers. Would Jungkook's solo projects be affected? Would Winter's group promotions take a back seat to her personal life? Experts seemed to agree that, while some backlash was inevitable, their combined star power and genuine sincerity would likely carry them through. In fact, one senior journalist at a major Korean outlet commented, "What we are witnessing is not just a love story but a paradigm shift. This might signal a new era where idols are allowed to love openly without fear." Jungkook and Winter may have just changed the game forever. As they turn tonight, Fans continued to refresh their feeds for any updates. Paparazzi began staking out possible meeting locations for the impending family gathering. Fashion analysts speculated on what the two would wear to such a significant event, but Jungkook and Winter themselves remained out of sight, perhaps savoring a rare moment of peace before the next storm of attention. Whatever lay ahead, engagement, marriage, or simply a continued partnership, they had already made history when Jungkook and Winter stunned the world with the confirmation of their romantic relationship. It was already a milestone that sent shockwaves through the K-pop industry, but no one, not even the most optimistic of their fans, could have predicted what came next. On the same day the news of their relationship broke, a quieter but perhaps even more profound sentence at the end of the joint statement caught everyone off guard. We ask the public to continue respecting their privacy as they take the next step in their relationship and prepare to introduce their families to each other soon. For fans and media alike, this was not just a surprising development, it was a seismic event. In a world where idols rarely admit to dating at all, let alone speak about introducing their partner to their family, this move by Jungkook and Winter was nothing short of revolutionary. That single line sparked more discussion, debate, and speculation than anything that had come before. Overnight, the narrative shifted from "are they really together?" to "could they already be thinking about marriage?" The act of meeting the families, in Korean culture, holds deep significance. It is not something done lightly or casually. Unlike the casual Western meet the parents, this step traditionally suggests a couple is seriously contemplating their future, often as a precursor to engagement. The public reaction to this new revelation was a mix of excitement, confusion, and even apprehension. A popular tweet summed up the collective sentiment perfectly. Wait, so not only are they dating, but they're already meeting each other's families? Is this a dream? Or are we about to witness the biggest idol wedding in history? Korean media outlets scrambled to keep up with the story, with major newspapers devoting entire front pages to the announcement. Talk shows and radio hosts dissected the news with near-clinical precision, speculating about possible dates and locations for the family meeting. Even global outlets like CNN, BBC, and the New York Times picked up the story, naming it as a cultural milestone that could redefine how K-pop approaches romance. Both HYBE and SM Entertainment remained tight-lipped about details, issuing a follow-up statement urging everyone to refrain from invasive speculation. Still, the allure of imagining what such a meeting would look like was irresistible. Fans began weaving their own narratives online, creating vivid scenarios of how the families might meet. In these imagined stories, Jungkook's mother would welcome Winter with a warm hug and his father would nod approvingly while Winter's parents beamed with pride over their daughter's choice. Artists on Twitter and Instagram began sketching elaborate fan art of the meeting, depicting a scene of two families sitting around a traditional Korean table, sharing tea and laughter. Journalists and cultural experts explained to international audiences just how significant this step truly was. In South Korea, a meeting of families often means more than just an introduction. It represents a serious intention to formalize the relationship, sometimes even accompanied by discussions about engagement, living arrangements, and compatibility of the two households. For idols, who live under the intense scrutiny of fans and the press, this is even more radical. In the past, even mere rumors of romance could damage careers, and fans often reacted possessively. Yet here were Jungkook and Winter, not only acknowledging their love but also showing a level of maturity and courage that few could have expected. One K-pop analyst put it bluntly in a televised interview, "This isn't just about Jungkook and Winter anymore. This is about shifting the paradigm for how idols can live as real people. This family meeting is a statement, intentional or not, that says, we are more than just performers. Deserve happiness, too." Fans' reactions ranged from tearful joy to stunned silence to outright speculation about a potential wedding. Many flooded social media with posts declaring support for whatever decision the couple might make. Others wondered if the family meeting might even be a way to secure approval before going public with even more shocking news. Within days, the public began to uncover small anecdotes from both artists' pasts that seemed to foreshadow this bold step. Jungkook, during an old interview, been asked what he looked for in a partner, his answer had been striking in its sincerity: someone who can be kind to my family, someone who would feel at home sitting at the same table with them. Similarly, Winter had once revealed in a fan sign event, "For me, family is everything. Anyone who wants to be with me has to understand how close I am with my parents. I can't imagine being with someone who wouldn't fit in with them." These remarks, long forgotten, resurfaced and now seemed to perfectly explain why the two were taking this serious step. As the date of the family meeting drew closer, though still undisclosed to the public, journalists camped outside both idols' known residences and the headquarters of their agencies, hoping for even the slightest glimpse or update. Speculation about the venue became a game in itself. Would they meet at a private traditional Korean house, hangak, in Bukkan? Or perhaps at a luxury hotel in Gangnam, for hosting high-profile events discreetly? Some even imagined a quiet countryside home, away from the prying eyes of the city. A particularly popular theory suggested they might meet at Jungkook's family home in Busan. Fans began sharing photos of Busan landmarks, offering guesses about which local restaurant might host the family dinner. Busan, with its warm coastal vibe and connection to Jungkook's roots, seemed like the perfect choice to many. In the midst of all this frenzy, both Jungkook and Winter managed to remain out of the public eye. Friends and acquaintances reportedly close to the couple described them as calm and focused. They are both aware of the attention, of course, one source said, but they've decided to just live their truth. They're happy, and they want their families to see that. Whatever lay ahead, engagement, marriage, or simply a continued partnership, they had already made history. And somewhere, behind closed doors, Jungkook and Winter sat at a table with their families, smiling at each other and knowing that they had taken the first steps towards something truly extraordinary.